address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue, better known as Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, a good one in store. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. And we're underway at legendary Lambeau Field. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, man out of the University of Washington. Here's Jake Browning.
And when it comes to Jake Browning's game, Mike, I don't think there's anything that just jumps off the screen at you. It's not a real flashy style, but truth be told, I don't really think that's a bad thing. He knows this offense like the back of his hand, and as long as he does his part, I think this offense has a chance to play winning football with him leading the way.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Carry here for Brown. And he's got a Bengals first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And a Bengal first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Now Browning. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. 3rd down coming up.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Offside, defense. That penalty is declined.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run here with Brown. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. The all-pro Micah Parsons there for the stop.
It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Browning. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Browning. That's into the hands of Yosibas. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
He's out of bounds.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's Brown. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Browning. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or did they settle for 3? A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Love. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And 3 yards.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, he just catches that ball and turns upfield. They extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
The Bengals offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Browning now. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They get 21 on that one. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's Browning. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing, Browning. He'll swing this one out to Brown. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
A 46-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bengals, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
On the return, it's Williams. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Oren Burks there on the stop. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Love. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
third down. They'll set up to throw. That one caught. He finds Golden. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Bengals on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is low. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him out.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll look underneath here for Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. He'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. So far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw is Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers move out in front by a point. It's 7-6.
Bengals 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On the ground, it's Brown. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. The throw on the run is complete. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And that is incomplete. Mike Gesicki was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Love firing to Golden. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll run with Jacobs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. He is just gashing the defense right now. 17 more yards with that one.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get about 5.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Packers first down. First and 10.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Trey Hendrickson on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
2 minutes to
Bengals'
play
26-yard line.
in a tight one-point game in this first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, 2nd and 10. Love. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time.
And 10 yards to go.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Love. He's got it at about the 8. And he will get into the end zone. Dontavian Wicks. Touchdown, Packers.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 14-6 lead.
14. Bengals 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Bengals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Browning. Open left side is Gesicki. And he's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and a yard. To throw is Browning. He'll let it go deep left sideline. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Back to throw, Browning. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's Ryan Rico now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. That's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. We'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Love. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This will be a 38-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers will now make it an 11-point game. It's 17-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Tight end on the move left. Browning. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Motion man is the tight end going right. Throwing, Browning. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he's going to be out of bounds. Cut up past the 35. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
That's to Dobbs again. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. And another first down and another big gainer. This time 23 yards.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot, see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Running is Jacobs. He's taken down just shy of the 10. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Packers.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Jacobs trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders. especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage, and in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Guarded low. Touchdown, Green Bay.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers will extend this third quarter lead.
Bengals 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Charlie Jones now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Bengals offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Here's Browning. That's caught. Gesicki on the right. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Bengals out and ready to punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Go play action with Love. The ball comes out. It looked like a Packer was able to corral it, and indeed, possession stays with Green Bay.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Love. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
That one intercepted. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with first and goal. The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And they start in the best possible situation. It is first and goal. Here's a run. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Brown. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And that is incomplete.
Down this close, third and goal, I think that's a really good decision. Give your coach the ability to make a decision on fourth down. Do you take the points, or do you keep your offense out there and go for 6?
Field goal not going to help much at this point. They've got to go for it on fourth and goal. Browning now. And he's going to be taken down. Couldn't get rid of the football. They turn it over. Stop on fourth and goal.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Love to throw it on first down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bud. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
A gain there of 21. Good for a Green Bay first down.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket. And when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On play action, Love. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
To number 88.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Did you see him get off the quarterback? He's like, man, hold that ball for one tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. Well, you can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to him.
he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Oren Burks there on the stop.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now Love. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. 4th quarter gets underway, and it's a run by Brown. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Just his 1st catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a 1st down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the 4th quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and he's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little...
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Packers have it. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Hey, Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop him with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Higgins sent in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now Brown.
Chase Brown, the ball carrier. He was
little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. Trying to connect with Chase Brown on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there. Works out as they convert on 4th down.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just pumping the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
13 yards on that pass play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Andre Yosivas was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. One broken up and is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
And it was really the lack of production on 1st and 2nd down that put them in this hole to begin with, Mike. So I think going forward, more execution on early downs, more efficiency. Don't wait till 3rd down to convert for a new set of downs. Be aggressive on those 1st and 2nds and take the fight to the defense.
He's going to air this one out. That's incomplete. Daring ball on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Packers.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the bootleg, it's Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft.
Complete to Tucker Kraft. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Love. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A 47-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bengals offense about ready to take over once more. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now Browning. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now he takes off. And he's going to be close to a 1st down, up to the 34.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Open left side is Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll air one out for Higgins. That's caught! And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down. This is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end. And then the throw, you can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Jake Browning, touchdown Cincinnati. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bengals are able to edge a bit closer.
Bengals 13.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, it is 2nd and 9. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. That's complete to Jacobs. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he's going to have a Packers first down. He gets more than he needs. 4 yards picked up on 4th and 2.
I love this call, Mike. Put the pressure on the defense to make the right decision. In this case, they decide to go after the running back, but it's the quarterback who pulls it and keeps it himself and is able to convert for the first down.
So, it's a win for the Packers. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.